Welcome to Waterline 911. I am Mark and I am your online guide towards addressing your non-revenue water issues. Here, I will break down complex problems, share real-world solutions, and give you the tools and insights to make an immediate impact to your water system. I will also share proven strategies to help water utilities recover revenue, reduce loss, and build efficiency. On our previous blog, pinag-usapan natin in details ang first step to the holistic approach on addressing non-revenue water, in which we discuss how to conduct meter accuracy verification using portable ultrasonic clamp-on type flow meter. Pinag-usapan din natin ang different flow meters and water meters na pwedeng gamitin for production measurement. If hindi nyo pa napanood yung video ko about the step-by-step holistic NRW reduction solution that you need to reduce water loss, I suggest na panoorin nyo muna before watching this video. So, we formulated a holistic approach to address NRW. This is more on a Philippine-based approach, which I want to share with you today through this blog. And this is based on our observations, past experiences, and gained knowledge over the years. So if you're ready, take out your pen and paper and list down these step-by-step solutions to reduce NRW. Lesser cost, but still effective. I will leave the link of that video sa comment section. Watching that video first will help you to better understand kung ano ba yung pag-uusapan natin for today's video. Also, please support me by liking my videos and subscribing to my YouTube channel para mas maabot pa natin ang ibang water utilities in the Philippines, especially yung mga naghahanap ng solutions and guidance on addressing their non-revenue water. I created this channel kasi to spread the knowledge and solutions available globally na inclined sa Philippine setup with minimal cost para masolusyonan ang lumalalang problema sa NRW na isa sa mga biggest challenges ngayon ng water industry. And click nyo na yung notification bell para updated kayo sa mga susunod ko pa na videos. In doing a NRW reduction program, napaka-essential ng data gathering. Maraming solutions, equipment, and systems available in the market na pwede nyong i-avail na talaga namang makakatulong in your goal to reduce your non-revenue water. Kahit ano pa yan, no doubt makakatulong yan. However, ang tanong lang is, ano ba yung mas makakatulong? Ano ba yung talagang solution na nababagay sa specific na problema natin about non-revenue water? Lahat ng water utilities kasi may issue sa NRW. Pero hindi lahat pare-pareho ng situation and hindi lahat applicable ang isang series of solutions lang. If nag-succeed ang isang water utility in addressing their non-revenue water because of the actions they've done, it doesn't mean that you will also succeed by doing what they've done without analyzing your own situation first. Pwedeng yung ginawa ng iba is enough na para sa kanila pero kulang para sa water utility mo. Pwede din naman na yung enough na for them is too much for you. Ang solution to understand your situation and come up to the most suitable solution for your water utility is data gathering. Alamin muna natin ano ba yung current situation. Physical loss ba ang problem o commercial loss? Ano ba ang situation ng pipes? Kaya na ba ng leak detection and repair lang yan? O baka need mo na mag-pipe replacement? Kulang ka na ba sa supply ng tubig and you need to look for new sources? Or kaya palang supply mo and you just need to address the physical loss? Ilan ba yung area na kailangan maglagay ng PRVs? Saang area ba malakas ang tubig? And saan ang critical areas? Marami pang tanong na dapat sagutin. And those questions are answerable by collecting and analyzing data. For today's video, pag-uusapan natin in details ang second step ng ating step-by-step holistic NRW reduction solution, and that is pressure monitoring and analysis by using data loggers. Commonly kasi, without data loggers, we rely on pressure readings from pressure gauges. Mag-install tayo ng pressure gauges to our strategic locations and religiously minomonitor natin yung mga yon to give us an estimate about our pressure profiles or yung behavior ng water network natin referring to pressure distribution. So alam natin saan mahina ang tubig and saan malakas. However, pressure gauges are not enough if we intend to deeply do data analyzation. Pwede kasing hindi synchronize yung monitoring natin ng pressure using the pressure gauges. Possible na pagkabasa mo ng pressure sa isang monitoring point, nagbabago siya habang binabasa mo naman yung pressure sa kasunod na pressure monitoring point. Then yung personnel natin doing the pressure readings prone to human errors at minsan nagkakamali ng readings and minsan din hindi consistent sa pressure monitoring schedule. At this, you will have large errors in understanding and analyzing the relationships of your pressure monitoring points. Yun yung reason kaya essential ang paggamit ng data loggers for pressure monitoring and analysis. Sa data logger kasi, minimal yung human intervention and it will accurately monitor your pressure monitoring points within your preferred monitoring frequency. If you want to do pressure monitoring every 5 minutes, 15 minutes, or hourly, ipoprogram lang yon sa data logger. Upon downloading, ipapakita pa ng loggers yung data in graphical or values form para mas madaling mag-analyze. And because you can set the recording interval to lower frequencies like for example 1 minute, makikita pa natin ang mga pressure surges na hindi nakikita by just reading the pressure gauges. Here's how you will do the pressure monitoring and analysis using data loggers. First, identify muna natin yung mga strategic locations to monitor pressure. Usually, ito yung mga yon. Production sources like pumping stations, entry point of bulk water supplier, reservoirs outlet pipes, and booster stations. Next is the critical points, which are the farthest part of your network, highest elevated areas, and the downhill terrains. High pressure points that are located in the lowest elevation and areas that are nearest to sources. Some priority areas like the poblations, mga town propers, city propers, commercial and industrial areas, and those areas with highest number of concessionaires. Kasama din ang mga areas where complaints are usually received. And lastly, inlet points para sa mga preferred zones or DMA establishments. Second, is to prepare pressure monitoring provisions. Yung iba nagkakabit lang sa mga household meters or if hindi possible, sa mga faucets. I suggest na as much as possible, gumawa ng specific pressure monitoring points and wag na sa mga faucets or meters lang. Kasi kapag sa mga faucets and meters lang, pag ginamit ng bahay or ng establishment yung tubig, magdadrop yung pressure. And that pressure will not represent the pipe's pressure. Magkakaroon tayo ng false data or madidisrupt yung pressure recordings natin. If may malapit na fire hydrants, mas okay na doon na lang magkabit ng loggers if yung area is not possible to have a provision for pressure monitoring. Third is preparation of data loggers and installation. The number of loggers depends on your preferred strategic pressure monitoring points. Pwedeng bumili ng loggers, pwede ding rental and services lang kung medyo may issue sa budget. Anyway, what we really aim is to get the data that we need. The data loggers as a standard should be programmed to monitor pressure every 15 minutes. Ang kailangan natin makuha dito is yung pressure profile ng network. Saan ba malakas ang pressure and saan ba mahina? When everything is programmed correctly, you can leave the data logger to log within a certain period of time. Minimum of 1 week data ang kailangan. Pero I suggest na if possible naman na longer period yung monitoring, like for example, 1 month, better yon. Mas maraming data, mas makikita yung situation, and mas magiging complete yung ating analyzation. Fourth is data downloading and analyzation. Upon downloading of data from the data loggers, you can already use the data to do pressure analysis. Titingnan nyo lang yung relationships ng bawat pressure monitoring points. For example, from a data recorded sa production sources, ano yung behavior ng pressure sa influenced area niya? Saan sobrang lakas ng tubig and saan mahina? Ano yung nangyayari sa pressure profiles during peak hour and during off-peak. Sa pag-form ng DMA or district metering areas, makakatulong ang pressure monitoring and analysis sa pag-identify ng natural hydraulic zones kung saan consistent and controllable ang pressure. Sa pag-form kasi ng DMA, maganda kung sa ganitong klaseng area tayo magsisimula kasi hindi ganun ka-complicated yung adjustment like installing boundary valves and control valves. With the downloaded pressure data, malalaman din natin saan ang mga high-loss areas na magiging guide natin for further network adjustments. Prior to DMA formation, better if the data gathered from the data loggers is my input to hydraulic modeling software in which together with the pipe layout, appurtenances, and topology or yung elevations. Mas madali if gagamit ng hydraulic modeling software kasi through that, pwede kang magkaroon ng simulations of the water network. Like for example, what if maglagay ng PRV or mag-close ng valve for DMA formation sa area na preferred nating i-set up as DMA? Makikita na doon yung magiging effect ng pressure sa ibang nearby locations. Make sure lang na calibrated yung hydraulic model. Meaning, kung ano yung pressure profiles na makikita sa hydraulic model, dapat same siya sa actual pag-chinek. If hindi, need hanapin yung nagkukos ng difference. Baka may mga elements na hindi na ilagay sa model or may mga information na hindi accurate na nasa model. Using the hydraulic modeling software, pwede ka na magkaroon ng adjustment sa water network like installation of valves and closing it to set up a DMA. By doing that, you can run the simulation and check the effects sa buong network. May area ba na sobrang lalakas ng tubig kapag nag-close ng valve? Or may area ba na mawawala ng tubig? Or okay naman yung magiging result? Or baka need pa ng iba pang adjustment sa water network to meet our goal. In short, pressure monitoring and analysis is like our eyes and ears of the water network. Makikita natin if ano yung current situation ng pressure distribution and kung ano ba yung adjustment na pwedeng gawin to satisfy the customer's needs and kung paano hahati-hatiin ang water distribution network to form effective DMAs na hindi magsasuffer yung ibang part ng water network. If okay ang result ng data gathering and we did the correct data analysis, then we can go to the next step ng holistic NRW reduction solution, which is the DMA formation na pag-uusapan natin sa susunod na video. Medyo mabibitin lang tayo today. So abangan nyo ang susunod ko pang uploads. For your NRW issues, please stay tuned and subscribe na rin to this channel para mas marami pa tayong maabot ng mga water utilities who need guidance in addressing their NRW. Again, I am Mark, and I will be your guide towards your battles against your issues on non-revenue water. Because we know that every drop matters. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one.